I bought my daughter $1 million house, found her scrubbing the toilet in it, wearing a maid's uniform, calling my son sir. My name is Greg Mitchell, 52 years old. For the last 15 years, that's how long I was gone building oil platforms in Kuwait, sending money home every month, supporting my family from 7,000 miles away. I thought I was being a good father. Turns out, I was funding my daughter's enslavement. See, in chess, when you're focused on protecting your king, you don't always notice the pawns getting picked off one by one. But here's what I learned the hard way. Sometimes the pawns you're trying to save are the ones setting the trap. This story has more reversals than a Texas tornado. And trust me, the ending will change everything you think you know about family loyalty. Now, if you've ever wondered what 15 years of guilt money can buy, hit that subscribe button, because what happened in Austin, Texas, will happen in your hometown too. The only question is whether you'll recognize it in time. Thursday, October 12th, 3:15 p.m. I'm standing at 1892 Pine Street, Austin, Texas. The house I bought for my daughter. The key turns easily. I still have the master copy from the closing 3 years ago. Nicole? I call out. Honey, I'm home. Silence, then footsteps. Quick, nervous footsteps. My son Jason appears in the doorway. 28 years old, wearing a suit that costs more than most people make in a month. His smile is too wide, too practiced. Dad, you're back. He doesn't move to hug me. We weren't expecting you until next week. Surprise, I say, setting down my bags. Where's Nicole? Jason's eyes dart toward the kitchen. She's busy. Busy with what? Just household stuff. I push past him. In the kitchen, I find my 24-year-old daughter on her hands and knees, scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush. She's wearing a maid's uniform, an actual maid's uniform. Nicole? She looks up. Her eyes are different, hollow. Hello, Mr. Mitchell. Her voice is flat, mechanical. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming. I'll have your room ready shortly. Mr. Mitchell. My own daughter just called me Mr. Mitchell. Nicole, what the hell? Sir, she says, glancing at Jason. Is it okay if I finish this first? Sir. My daughter just called my son sir. Jason steps forward, puts his hand on my shoulder. Dad, why don't we talk in the living room? Nicole has work to do. Work. In her own house. I look around the kitchen I remember picking out with her when she was 21, fresh out of college, bright-eyed about her future. The granite countertop she loved, the breakfast nook where she planned to read Sunday papers with her future family. Now she's scrubbing it like a servant. What happened to my daughter? Jason guides me to the living room. The furniture is different. Gone are Nicole's colorful throw pillows, her art books scattered on the coffee table. Everything is beige now, sterile. Dad, sit down, let me explain. I don't sit. Start talking. Nicole's been going through a difficult time. After her breakup last year, she kind of fell apart. Amanda and I thought it would be good for her to have some structure, some responsibility. Amanda, Jason's wife of 2 years. I met her exactly 3 times before leaving for Kuwait the last time. Structure? Jason, she's wearing a uniform. It's therapeutic work. Amanda has a psychology background. She knows about these things. Nicole was depressed, aimless. This gives her purpose. I think back to 15 years ago, the divorce. Victoria crying in the lawyer's office while Jason, 13 then, sat stone-faced beside her. Nicole was only 9, clinging to my leg, asking why Daddy had to go away. I have to work overseas, I told them. Oil platform engineering, it pays well. We'll all be better off. $89,000 a year plus housing allowance. In 2009, that was serious money for a family drowning in mortgage debt after the financial crisis. The Kuwait job was supposed to be temporary. 2 years, maybe 3. It became 15. I sent money every month, $3,500 like clockwork, paid off the divorce settlement, put both kids through college, bought Nicole this house when she graduated, a gift to make up for all those missed birthdays, missed Christmas mornings, missed everything. Victoria remarried in 2015. Some accountant named Brad who sent me exactly 1 email. The kids are fine. Focus on your work. I did focus on my work. Built platforms in the Persian Gulf. Solved problems no one else could solve. Made partner at Meridian Engineering. Saved enough money to retire early and come home. Home. What a joke. Where's Victoria? I ask. She's been sick lately, living with Brad in their place on Oak Street. She doesn't come around much. Sick how? Jason waves his hand dismissively. Just stress. You know how Mom gets? I don't know how Victoria gets anymore. 15 years of once-a-month phone calls and awkward FaceTime sessions don't exactly keep you current on someone's emotional patterns. And Nicole just agreed to this arrangement? Dad, you haven't been here. You don't understand what she became after college. No job, no motivation, spending her trust fund money on stupid stuff. Amanda thought if we gave her responsibilities, structure, a sense of earning her place. Earning her place? Jason, this is her house. Technically, Dad, she's just living here. The mortgage payments, the utilities, the maintenance. Amanda and I handle all of that now. Something cold settles in my chest. What do you mean, technically? I mean, Nicole's name might be on some papers, but she can't actually manage a property like this. She proved that pretty clearly when she almost got it foreclosed on last year. Foreclosed? I gave her a $200,000 down payment. The mortgage should have been manageable. Jason's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Should have been, but like I said, Nicole's not good with money. Amanda and I stepped in before she lost everything. Nicole appears in the doorway, still in that uniform. Sir, would you like me to prepare dinner for your father? Sir. There's that word again. Thank you, Nicole, Jason says. Something simple. Dad's probably tired from traveling. She nods and disappears back toward the kitchen. I watch her go. My brilliant daughter, who majored in pre-law at UT, who used to debate politics with me over video calls, who had plans to work for a nonprofit law clinic. Jason, I want to see the house documents. What documents? Deed, mortgage papers, insurance, all of it. Dad, that's really not necessary. Where are they? Amanda handles all the paperwork now. She's much better at organization than Nicole ever was. My phone buzzes. Text message from an unknown number. Greg, this is Victoria. We need to talk. Something's very wrong here. I look up at Jason. He's watching me carefully. Everything okay, Dad? Fine. I pocket the phone. Just tired, like you said. But something is definitely not fine. In 15 years of desert engineering, you learn to recognize when the ground beneath you isn't solid. The phone rings. Jason glances at the caller ID and frowns. I'll take that call outside, Jason says, heading for the back door. I wait until I hear his voice fade, then move quickly to Nicole in the kitchen. Nicole, we need to talk. She's chopping vegetables with mechanical precision. I'm sorry, Mr. Mitchell, but I have dinner to prepare. Sir doesn't like delays. Stop calling him sir, and stop calling me Mr. Mitchell. I'm your father. Her hands pause on the knife. For just a moment, something flickers in her eyes. Fear? Recognition? Then it's gone. I need to work, she whispers. Please don't make this harder. Make what harder? Nicole, Jason's voice from the doorway. Is there a problem? No, sir, just discussing dinner preferences. Good. Dad, why don't you let Nicole work? Your room is upstairs, second door on the left. My room. In my daughter's house. I head upstairs, but instead of going to the guest room, I slip into what used to be Nicole's home office. Her degree is gone from the wall. Her bookshelf is empty except for a few cleaning supply manuals. I try the desk drawers. Locked. The filing cabinet in the corner. That's where Nicole always kept important papers. I pull the handle. Empty. Wait. Not completely empty. There's a single folder in the back, pushed way into the corner. I grab it. Inside, a photocopy of the original house deed. Nicole's name, clear as day. Purchase date, June 15th, 2021. My signature as co-signer on the loan documents. But something's off about the paper. The edges look new. And there's a notation in the margin in handwriting I don't recognize. Original secured AM. AM, Amanda Mitchell. I take pictures of everything with my phone, then put the folder back exactly where I found it. Downstairs, I can hear Nicole moving around the kitchen. Quiet, efficient movements. Nothing like the daughter who used to dance while cooking, who'd blast music and sing along off-key. Jason's still on his phone call outside. I can see him through the window, pacing back and forth, his free hand gesturing angrily. My phone buzzes again. Victoria. I answer on the first ring, keeping my voice low. What's wrong? Greg, thank God. Where are you? At Nicole's house. Victoria, what's happening here? I can't talk long. Jason can't know I called you. She's not okay. Something happened after you sent that last check for her birthday. She changed, started acting scared, withdrawn. When was this? March, right after Amanda started helping her with finances. 6 months ago. Victoria, where are the house papers? The original deed? I don't know. Amanda said she was organizing everything for Nicole, making sure bills got paid properly. But Greg, I went to visit Nicole last month and she barely spoke to me. And when I tried to hug her goodbye, she flinched. Victoria, are you still at Brad's place? Yes, but I've been having health problems lately. Nothing serious, just dizzy spells, fatigue. Brad thinks it's stress from worrying about Nicole. Through the window, I see Jason end his call and head back toward the house. I have to go, Victoria whispers. Be careful, Greg. Something about this whole situation feels wrong, really wrong. The line goes dead. Jason comes back inside, his face tight with irritation. Everything okay out there? I ask. Just work stuff. You know how it is. I don't know how it is. I don't know what kind of work Jason does now, where he lives when he's not here, or how he and Amanda can afford to handle all of Nicole's expenses on whatever income they have. I realize there's a lot I don't know about my son. Jason, I'd like to see the house financial records. Insurance, mortgage statements, property taxes. Dad, that's really Amanda's department. Then call Amanda. She's busy tonight. Maybe tomorrow. What's the rush? I study my son's face. He's nervous. The Jason I remember was never nervous. Where exactly are you and Amanda living these days? We have a place across town, Oak Street area, close to Mom. Oak Street, where Victoria lives with Brad. I open my file cabinet. The deed isn't there. Friday morning. I wake up at 5 a.m., desert work habit that never broke. Nicole's already in the kitchen, preparing coffee. Same uniform, same hollow expression. Morning, honey. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell. Would you like breakfast? Just coffee. And Nicole, sit with me. She glances toward the stairs. I'm not supposed to, Jason's asleep. Sit. She perches on the edge of a chair like she might bolt at any second. Nicole, I need you to tell me what happened to your house papers. I don't know what you mean. The deed, mortgage documents, insurance policies. Amanda handles those things now. Why? Because I'm not good with paperwork. That's a lie. Nicole was always meticulous with documents. She organized my taxes for me remotely for 3 years running. Who told you that you're not good with paperwork? She stops, looks at her hands. I just know. I lean forward. Nicole, do you remember applying for law school? Something flickers behind her eyes. I wasn't qualified. You had a 3.7 GPA and scored 165 on the LSAT. That was a long time ago. 2 years ago. Her coffee cup trembles in her hands. I hear footsteps on the stairs. Nicole immediately stands, busying herself at the sink. Morning, Dad. Jason appears in a crisp business shirt. Sleep well? Fine, I'd like to meet with your attorney today. What attorney? Whoever handled Nicole's financial reorganization. Jason's pause is barely perceptible, but I catch it. We use Patricia Reynolds at Reynolds & Associates downtown, but Dad, I really don't think that's necessary. Get me her number. She charges $500 an hour. I can afford it. 2 hours later, I'm sitting in Patricia Reynolds' office on Congress Avenue. 40-something woman with sharp eyes and a handshake that could crack walnuts. Mr. Mitchell, I have to say, this is a bit unusual. Typically, family financial consulting involves all parties. I just want to understand what documents were filed and when. She opens a thick folder. Well, the trust fund modification was straightforward. Your daughter requested full transfer of management authority to her brother in March of this year. And she requested it? Yes, she came in with Jason and Amanda. Seemed quite clear about wanting to step back from financial responsibilities. Do you have her signature on file? Of course. Patricia slides a document across the desk. I stare at Nicole's signature. It looks right, but did Nicole seem coherent when she signed this? What do you mean? Did she speak for herself? Ask questions? Express any hesitation? Patricia's eyes narrow slightly. Mr. Mitchell, are you suggesting... I'm not suggesting anything. I'm asking what you observed. She was quiet, deferred to Jason for most of the discussion, but she signed willingly. What about the house deed? What about it? Was there any change of ownership? Patricia flips through more papers. No ownership change. However, there was a management agreement filed. Jason and Amanda were granted authority to handle all property-related decisions on Nicole's behalf. Under what legal basis? Financial incompetency documentation. My blood goes cold. What documentation? Medical evaluation from Dr. Sarah Martinez, psychological assessment, indicating Nicole was unable to manage complex financial decisions due to depression and anxiety. Can I see that evaluation? I'm afraid that would require Nicole's consent. I slide Patricia my credit card. Bill me for a full hour. I need you to pull every document related to my family's financial arrangements since March. Mr. Mitchell, every document. 30 minutes later, Patricia's expression has changed completely. This is concerning, she says, reviewing a stack of papers. What? The notarization dates on several of these documents. They're inconsistent with my office calendar. According to my records, we didn't have a notary available on March 15th. That was a Sunday. But this trust modification is dated and notarized March 15th. What does that mean? It means either our filing system is wrong, or these documents were notarized elsewhere and brought to my office already completed. Is that normal? No, absolutely not. Patricia picks up another document. In this psychological evaluation, the letterhead looks right, but I know Dr. Martinez personally. This assessment format isn't consistent with her usual reports. My phone buzzes. Text message from an unknown number. Stop digging or Nicole gets hurt. Final warning. I show Patricia the message. Her face goes white. Mr. Mitchell, I think you need to contact the police. Not yet. I need more evidence. Evidence of what? Fraud, forgery, maybe kidnapping. Patricia stares at me. You're talking about serious criminal charges. I'm talking about getting my daughter back. I stand up, pocketing the copies of all the documents. Patricia, one more question. Who paid for your services? Jason Mitchell. Check drawn on Wells Fargo account ending in 1569. Wells Fargo account 8821569. The same account I've been sending money to for 3 years. The account I thought was Nicole's. Patricia looks at the documents spread across her desk. Mr. Mitchell, these numbers, they don't match. I drive straight from Patricia's office to Wells Fargo on South Lamar. The branch manager, a soft-spoken man named Stephen Clark, agrees to meet with me after I explain I'm trying to verify some financial irregularities involving my children. Mr. Mitchell, I can only discuss accounts where you're listed as an authorized user, he says, pulling up records on his computer. Account ending in 1569. I've been sending deposits there for 3 years. Yes, I see the deposits. $3,500 monthly. Very consistent. He frowns at his screen. But sir, you're not listed as an authorized user on this account. Who is? Jason Mitchell and Amanda Mitchell. Joint account holders since March 15th of this year. March 15th. The same date as those questionable notarizations. What about before March 15th? Before that, the account was individual. Nicole Mitchell, sole owner. Can you tell me when the account ownership changed? Stephen's fingers dance across the keyboard. March 15th, 2024. In-person request. Nicole Mitchell signed a transfer of authority form. Do you have security footage from that day? Sir, I can't share security footage without a court order or police investigation. I lean forward. Stephen, hypothetically, if someone suspected financial fraud involving an elderly or vulnerable person, what would be the proper procedure? Stephen's demeanor shifts. We take financial abuse very seriously. If you're making a formal complaint, I am. 30 minutes later, I'm sitting with Detective Luis Rodriguez of the Austin Police Department Financial Crimes Unit, badge number 2NM56, according to the nameplate on his desk. Mr. Mitchell, I need to understand exactly what you're alleging. I spread Patricia's document copies across his desk. Forged signatures, fraudulent notarizations, possible psychological manipulation of a vulnerable adult. Rodriguez examines the papers carefully. These are serious accusations. What's your relationship to the alleged victim? Nicole is my daughter, and the alleged perpetrators, my son Jason and his wife Amanda. Rodriguez looks up. This is a family dispute? Detective, my daughter called me Mr. Mitchell and asked permission to speak to me. That's not a family dispute. That's something else entirely. I show him the threatening text message. Rodriguez's expression hardens. When did you receive this? 2 hours ago. He makes a note. Mr. Mitchell, I'm going to be straight with you. Family financial disputes are complicated. Even if we find evidence of fraud, prosecuting family members requires overwhelming proof of criminal intent. What would constitute overwhelming proof? Clear evidence of forgery, documented patterns of coercion, financial records showing systematic theft. How do I get that evidence? Rodriguez studies the documents again. First, we need to freeze the Wells Fargo account to prevent further unauthorized transfers. That requires a court order. How long does that take? Emergency TRO? With these documents? Maybe 48 hours? What about after the account's frozen? Then we start forensic accounting. Every transaction for the past year. Cross-referenced with who authorized what and when. Rodriguez looks at his watch. But Mr. Mitchell, I have to ask, are you prepared for what we might find? What do you mean? Sometimes when families start digging into financial arrangements, they discover the victim was more complicit than they initially believed. The words hit like ice water. You're suggesting Nicole might be involved? I'm suggesting that people under psychological pressure sometimes make decisions that look voluntary on paper, but aren't truly consensual. Or sometimes people make decisions they later regret and claim they were coerced when they weren't. I think about Nicole's hollow eyes, her mechanical responses, the way she flinched from Victoria's hug. Detective, my daughter has a law degree from UT. She's not stupid. Intelligence isn't immunity from manipulation, Mr. Mitchell. Rodriguez starts filling out paperwork. I'll start the TRO process today. In the meantime, don't confront Jason or Amanda directly. If they suspect an investigation, they might try to move assets offshore. Too late. I already asked Jason about the documents. What did he say? That Amanda handles everything. Rodriguez stops writing. Amanda handles everything? That's what he said. Mr. Mitchell, do you know anything about Amanda's background? Work history? Education? She has a psychology degree, according to Jason. Rodriguez makes another note. I'm going to run a background check. Sometimes financial predators have patterns. As I'm leaving the police station, my phone rings. Victoria. Greg, I need to see you. Something happened last night. What kind of something? I'd rather not discuss it over the phone. Can you meet me at Brad's house? Where's Brad? He's at the hospital. What? Greg, just come. 20847 Oak Street, and don't tell anyone you're coming. The drive across town gives me time to think. Too much time. Every theory I construct falls apart under scrutiny. If Jason and Amanda are manipulating Nicole, what's their end game? The house is worth maybe $1.2 million. Nicole's trust fund is substantial, but not retirement-level money, unless there's something I don't know about. I pull into the driveway of 2847 Oak Street. Victoria opens the door before I can knock. She looks terrible, pale, shaky, 20 pounds thinner than when I last saw her. Victoria, what happened to Brad? Stomach problems. Severe stomach problems. They admitted him this morning. She leads me into the living room. There are medical bills scattered across the coffee table. Insurance forms. Prescription bottles. Greg, Brad's been sick for 2 months. Same symptoms I've been having. Nausea, dizziness, stomach pain. Food poisoning? That's what we thought. But the doctors can't figure out what's causing it. Victoria picks up a prescription bottle. They've tested everything. Water, food, household chemicals, nothing. I examine the bottle. Medication for severe gastritis. Victoria, who's been bringing you food lately? What do you mean? I mean, who's been cooking for you, bringing groceries, anything like that? She thinks. Well, Amanda stops by twice a week. She's been so helpful since Brad and I got sick. Bring soup, fresh bread. The room goes silent. Greg, you don't think... I don't know what to think anymore. But I do know one thing. Detective Rodriguez needs to hear about this. Saturday morning. Victoria and I are sitting in Brad's hospital room. He's awake but weak, connected to IV fluids and monitoring equipment. Greg, he says, extending a shaky hand. Victoria told me you're asking questions about Jason and Amanda. What do you know about them? More than I probably should. Brad adjusts his position carefully. I've been managing some financial accounts for Victoria, and a few months ago she asked me to look into Nicole's situation. What did you find? Nothing at first, but then I noticed some unusual patterns. Large cash withdrawals from Nicole's account, always on the same days Amanda visited her. How much cash? 5,000 to 10,000 at a time, twice a month. Victoria leans forward. Brad, you didn't tell me about large withdrawals. Because I thought Nicole was just helping Jason with some kind of business venture. But then, Brad reaches for a folder on his bedside table. I kept copies of everything. He hands me a stack of bank statements. Wells Fargo account 8821569. The pattern is clear. Regular deposits from my Kuwait account, then systematic withdrawals in cash, always on Tuesdays and Fridays, always authorized by Amanda Mitchell. Brad, this shows $186,000 withdrawn over 6 months. I know. Did you confront them about this? Victoria did. Last month, she went to Nicole's house and asked direct questions about the money. Victoria nods. Nicole just stared at me, like she didn't understand what I was saying. Then Amanda appeared and explained that Nicole was investing in Jason's consulting business. What kind of consulting? Something about helping families organize their finances. Amanda said Nicole was a silent partner. I studied the withdrawal dates. They're all during business hours on weekdays. These withdrawals were made in person? Had to be, Brad says. Cash withdrawals over $5,000 require ID verification and in-person authorization. So Nicole was physically going to the bank? Or someone was going with her account information? My phone buzzes. Text message from Jason. Dad, family dinner tonight, 6 p.m. Amanda's cooking. Don't disappoint Nicole. Family dinner at Nicole's house, where Nicole will serve us food while wearing a uniform. I show the message to Victoria and Brad. Don't go, Victoria says immediately. I have to go. Greg, if they're capable of... She gestures at Brad's hospital bed. If I don't show up, they'll know something's wrong, and Nicole will pay the price. Brad reaches for my arm. If you're going, wear a wire. A what? Record the conversation. Get them talking about the money, about Nicole's condition. If they're confident enough to demand a family dinner, they might be confident enough to say too much. 2 hours later, I'm back at the police station. Detective Rodriguez listens to my account of the hospital visit and Brad's financial discoveries. This changes everything, he says. If we can prove systematic financial abuse combined with possible poisoning, we're looking at federal charges. What do you need from me? Wear a wire to dinner tonight. Get them talking about Nicole's financial situation, her mental state, anything about her decision-making capacity. Is that legal? Texas is a one-party consent state. As long as you're participating in the conversation, you can record it. Rodriguez introduces me to Agent Thompson from the FBI's white-collar crime unit. She fits me with a small recording device that clips inside my shirt collar. Mr. Mitchell, we need you to ask specific questions, Agent Thompson explains. Ask about the money withdrawals. Ask about Nicole's medical evaluation. Ask about their long-term plans. What if they get suspicious? Then you leave immediately. Your safety and Nicole's safety are the priority. At 5:45 p.m., I'm standing outside 1892 Pine Street, my own daughter's house, where I'm about to secretly record my own son. The recording device feels enormous against my chest. even though it's smaller than a quarter. I knock. Amanda opens the door. I'm meeting her properly for the first time. Mid-20s, blonde, with the kind of smile that doesn't reach the eyes. She's wearing an expensive dress that costs more than Nicole's monthly grocery budget used to be. Greg, so wonderful to finally spend some real time together. Her voice has an artificial quality, like she's performing for an audience. Where's Nicole? Finishing dinner preparations. Come in, come in. The house smells like expensive wine and fresh bread. Classical music plays softly from hidden speakers. It's like a staged dinner party, not a family meal. Jason appears from the kitchen, also dressed formally. Dad, you look great. Kuwait was good to you. Where's Nicole? She'll join us soon. Glass of wine? I don't drink anymore. That's a lie, but I need to stay sharp. Amanda guides me to the dining room. The table is set for 3 people. Nicole won't be dining with us? I ask. Amanda and Jason exchange a glance. Dad, Nicole prefers to eat separately, Jason says. She finds social dining stressful. Since when? Since her breakdown last spring. What breakdown? Amanda sits down across from me. Greg, I know this is difficult for you, not being here to witness Nicole's struggles. But she had a complete psychological collapse in March. What kind of collapse? Panic attacks? Inability to make decisions? Constant anxiety about money and responsibilities? So you decided to take over her finances? We decided to help her, Jason says firmly. Someone had to step in. Nicole enters carrying dinner plates. She's still wearing the uniform, but now it includes white gloves. She serves us silently, moving with the mechanical precision of someone who's done this exact routine many times. Thank you, Nicole, I say. She nods, but doesn't make eye contact. Amanda smiles. Nicole has become quite accomplished at a household management. Is this what she wants to be doing? Want is a complicated concept for someone in Nicole's condition, Amanda says. What she wants and what she needs aren't the same thing. I look directly at Nicole. Nicole, is this what you want? She freezes, a serving spoon halfway to the salad bowl. Dad, Jason says sharply, please don't confuse her. Nicole sets down the spoon with trembling hands. I want, she begins, then stops. I want to make everyone happy. Amanda steps out of the dining room. Excuse me one moment. And suddenly I hear her voice from the kitchen, sharp and clear. Greg, you don't understand anything about this situation. Nicole finishes serving and retreats to the kitchen. I can hear her washing dishes with the same mechanical rhythm. Wash, rinse, dry, repeat. Jason, I want to understand the financial arrangements here. What's to understand? Nicole needed help. We provided it. Help that involves withdrawing $186,000 in cash over 6 months? Jason's fork stops halfway to his mouth. How did you... I had lunch with Brad yesterday, before he got sick. Amanda returns from the kitchen, her composure completely restored. Greg, family finances can look complicated from the outside. Enlighten me. Nicole was making poor decisions. Impulse purchases, online shopping addictions, sending money to questionable charities. The cash withdrawals were us converting her erratic spending into structured savings. Structured savings? Investment opportunities, Jason adds. Real estate deals, small business partnerships, things that will secure Nicole's future. What businesses? Amanda and Jason exchange another glance. Various ventures, Amanda says. Jason has connections throughout Austin's business community. I push harder. What specific businesses received Nicole's money? Dad, I don't think this is the appropriate. I think it's completely appropriate. It's my daughter's money. Actually, Amanda says quietly, it's our money now. The room goes silent. What did you say? Amanda's smile turns cold. Greg, Nicole signed over financial authority to us 6 months ago. Legally, we now manage all her assets on her behalf. Under what authority? Medical incompetency declaration? I think about Patricia Reynolds' concerns about the psychological evaluation. Who determined she was incompetent? Dr. Sarah Martinez, licensed psychologist. Very thorough evaluation. I'd like to speak with Dr. Martinez. I'm afraid that's confidential medical information. From the kitchen, I hear a plate shatter. Then Nicole's voice, almost inaudible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I start to stand, but Jason blocks my path. Dad, let Amanda handle it. Nicole gets overwhelmed when too many people try to help. Amanda disappears into the kitchen. I hear her voice, low and firm, but can't make out the words. Then Nicole responds, Yes, ma'am, I understand. It won't happen again. Ma'am, my daughter is calling this woman ma'am. Jason, I need to see Nicole's medical records. That's not possible. Why not? Because Nicole specifically requested that family members not be involved in her treatment decisions. When did she request that? March 15th, same day she transferred financial authority. March 15th again, the magic date when everything in Nicole's life apparently changed. Amanda returns, adjusting her sleeve. Minor accident. Nicole's fine. I want to see her. She's cleaning up. Best not to interrupt when she's focused on a task. I look at my son, really look at him. When did his eyes become so calculating? When did his smile become so practiced? Jason, what happened to you? What do you mean? I mean, when did you become someone who treats his sister like a servant? Dad, you've been gone for 15 years. You don't know who any of us are anymore. The words hit like a physical blow because they're true. I don't know these people. I've been sending money to strangers and calling it family. You're right, I admit. I don't know you, but I know Nicole, and this isn't Nicole. People change, Dad. Not like this. Amanda leans forward. Greg, what exactly do you think is happening here? I think my daughter is being manipulated, possibly coerced, definitely exploited. That's a serious accusation. It's a serious situation. Jason stands up abruptly. Dad, I think you should leave. This is Nicole's house. Nicole wants you to leave. Did she tell you that? She doesn't need to. I can see how distressed she gets when you ask all these questions. I head toward the kitchen. Nicole, can you come out here, please? No response. Nicole? Amanda blocks the kitchen doorway. She's having an anxiety attack. Your questions triggered an episode. Let me see her. No. Just no. Not, I don't think that's a good idea, or maybe later, just a flat refusal. Amanda, move. Greg, leave now, or I'll call the police. Call them. Dad. Jason's voice is sharp now, all pretense of family warmth gone. You're upsetting everyone. Nicole can't handle conflict. I look around the dining room, the expensive wine, the formal place settings, the classical music still playing like background music for a performance. Whose money paid for all this? What? The wine, the food, your clothes, this whole production. Whose money paid for it? Dad, that's not Nicole's money. You're using Nicole's money to throw dinner parties while she wears a uniform and calls you sir. Amanda's composure cracks slightly. Nicole is learning valuable life skills. Nicole has a law degree. Nicole is mentally unstable. According to whom? According to licensed medical professionals. Show me the evaluation. I don't have to show you anything. I pull out my phone and start dialing. Who are you calling? Jason demands. Detective Rodriguez, Austin Police Financial Crimes Unit. Jason lunges for my phone. I step back, keeping it out of reach. Dad, hang up. Now. Why? If everything's legitimate, you have nothing to worry about. Amanda's mask drops completely. Greg, you have no idea what you're messing with. Enlighten me. Nicole isn't the innocent victim you think she is. What's that supposed to mean? She knew about everything. The money transfers, the medical evaluation, the legal arrangements. She signed every document willingly. Bullshit. Check her bank statements from before March. She was withdrawing money constantly. Gambling debts, online shopping, sending cash to internet scammers. We saved her from herself. I think about the bank records Brad showed me. Regular withdrawals, but nothing like what Amanda's describing. Show me those statements. I don't have to prove anything to you. From the kitchen comes the sound of running water, but underneath it, something else. Crying. Very quiet crying. I'm going to check on Nicole. Amanda blocks my path again. She doesn't want to see you. Let me hear that from her. She's too upset to talk. Then I'll wait. No, you won't. Jason moves to flank me on the other side. Dad, leave. Now! I look at my son. My son who's threatening me in my daughter's house while my daughter cries alone in the kitchen. Who are you? But I already know the answer. I just don't want to accept it. These aren't my children anymore. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to find out. I head for the door, then turn back. Tell Nicole I'll be back. Amanda smiles, that cold smile again. I wouldn't count on that. The recording device against my chest suddenly feels very heavy. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. I'm back at the police station with Agent Thompson, listening to the recording from last night's dinner. This is good, she says, rewinding to Amanda's comment about Nicole knowing everything. But we need more. More what? Direct admission of financial manipulation. Clear evidence of coercion. Right now, they can claim Nicole genuinely consented to everything. What about the crying in the kitchen? Emotional distress doesn't prove criminal activity. Detective Rodriguez joins us with a thick folder. Background check on Amanda Mitchell came back interesting. How interesting? Amanda Claire Peterson before marriage, 2 prior identities. Amanda Foster in Dallas, Amanda Sterling in Houston. That's not necessarily illegal. No, but this is. Rodriguez slides a document across the table. Amanda Foster was investigated for elder financial abuse in Dallas, 2019. Charges were dropped when the victim died and the family settled out of court. Died how? Natural causes, 78-year-old man with diabetes, but his family suspected medication tampering. Agent Thompson looks up from the recording equipment. What about Amanda Sterling in Houston? Similar pattern, befriended a wealthy widow, gained financial access, systematically drained accounts. Victim died of complications from food poisoning before charges could be filed. My stomach drops. Victoria and Brad have been sick. We need to get them tested for toxins immediately, Rodriguez says. If Amanda's escalating to attempted murder, Nicole could be next. What's the plan? Agent Thompson points to the recording equipment. We need you to wear a wire again. But this time, we're not just fishing for information. We're going to give Amanda a choice. What kind of choice? Confess or watch her world collapse around her. Rodriguez explains the strategy. We'll freeze all accounts associated with Nicole's name this morning. Emergency court order came through an hour ago. When Amanda discovers the money's inaccessible, she'll panic. And then, she'll contact you. Probably within hours. When she does, we need you to meet with her and Jason. Get them talking about their backup plans. What if they run? Airport surveillance is already active. If they try to leave town, we'll know. 2 hours later, I'm sitting in my rental car outside Nicole's house when my phone rings. Jason. Dad, we need to talk. Now. About what? About the bank account. Someone's frozen Nicole's accounts. What bank account? Don't play stupid. Meet us at 1892 Pine Street in 20 minutes. What about Nicole? Nicole's not feeling well today. The recording device is already in place when I pull into the driveway. Agent Thompson's voice crackles through my earpiece. Remember, get them to explain their version of events. Let them think they're convincing you. Amanda opens the front door before I can knock. Her composure from last night is completely gone. Greg, thank God you're here. Something terrible has happened. What? Nicole's money is gone. The bank account's been frozen. They're saying there's some kind of investigation. Investigation into what? Jason appears, disheveled and aggressive. Into you, Dad. Someone told the police you were trying to steal Nicole's inheritance. That's ridiculous. Is it? Amanda's voice is shrill now. You disappear for 15 years, then show up demanding access to financial records? What were we supposed to think? You were supposed to think I was concerned about my daughter. Your daughter who you abandoned? I didn't abandon anyone. I supported this family from overseas for 15 years. Jason paces the living room like a caged animal. Support? Dad, you sent money and called it parenting. Where's Nicole? Upstairs, resting. I want to see her. She doesn't want to see you. Let me hear that from her. Amanda blocks my path to the stairs. Greg, Nicole's very fragile right now. The bank situation has traumatized her. Then maybe we should figure out how to unfreeze the accounts. How would we do that? By telling the truth about what's been happening here. Amanda and Jason exchange a look that lasts too long. The truth? Amanda laughs, but it sounds desperate. The truth is that Nicole begged us to take over her finances because she was completely incapable of managing them herself. Show me the documentation. We don't have to show you anything. Through my earpiece, I hear Agent Tyomsna push harder on the medical evaluation. Amanda, I spoke with Dr. Martinez's office yesterday. That's a lie, but I watch Amanda's face carefully. She goes pale. What did they tell you? Why don't you tell me what they should have told me? Jason stops pacing. Dad, what exactly are you getting at? My phone buzzes. Text message. Mr. Mitchell, this is Nicole. Please help me. I show them the text message. This is from Nicole's phone. Amanda snatches my phone, reads the message, then looks at Jason. The mask is completely off now. She wasn't supposed to have phone access today, Amanda mutters. Phone access? I repeat. You control when my daughter can use her own phone? Jason runs his hands through his hair. Dad, you don't understand. Nicole has episodes. Sometimes she sends messages that don't reflect her actual feelings. What kind of episodes? Paranoid delusions. She imagines that people are controlling her, manipulating her. Are you? Of course not. Through my earpiece. Get them talking about the money. Specific amounts. Jason, explain the $186,000 in cash withdrawals. What withdrawals? Wells Fargo records show systematic cash withdrawals from Nicole's account. Large amounts, authorized by Amanda. Amanda's composure snaps entirely. Fine. You want the truth? Nicole was gambling. Online poker, sports betting, crypto trading. She lost money every single day. So you withdrew her money to stop her gambling? We withdrew her money to pay off her debts. What debts? Gambling debts to some very dangerous people, Greg. People who don't accept "I'm sorry" as payment. Jason nods frantically. Dad, Nicole owed money to loan sharks. We had to pay them off to protect her. How much did she owe? $150,000, Amanda says without hesitation. Maybe more. To whom? Does it matter? The point is, we saved her life. I think about the bank records. No evidence of gambling transactions. No bank payments to obvious loan sharks. Show me proof of these debts. We don't keep records of payments to criminals, Dad. But you kept records of cash withdrawals. Because the bank requires documentation. Where's the rest of the money? You withdrew $186,000, paid off $150,000 in debts. Where's the other $36,000? Amanda and Jason exchange another look. Living expenses, Amanda says. Nicole's living expenses. Living expenses for a woman who scrubs floors in her own house? Greg, you're being deliberately obtuse. My phone rings. I glance at the caller ID, Victoria. Answer it, Amanda says, but put it on speaker. Why? Because your ex-wife has been filling your head with paranoid nonsense, and it's time you heard the truth. I answer the call and activate speaker mode. Greg? Victoria's voice is weak, strained. Where are you? At Nicole's house with Jason and Amanda. Greg, get out of there, now. Why? Because... Victoria starts coughing violently. Mom's been drinking again, Jason says loudly into the phone. She's been making up stories to get attention. That's not true, Victoria gasps between coughs. Jason, what you're doing to Nicole, what you did to me and Brad. What did they do to you, Victoria? I ask. The food. Amanda brought food. Every time she visited, Brad and I got sicker. Amanda laughs. Victoria, you're having alcohol-induced paranoid delusions. I'm not drinking. I haven't had a drink in 6 months. Jason leans toward the phone. Mom, you called me last night, completely drunk, begging for money to pay off your own gambling debts. That never happened. Through my earpiece. Keep them talking. They're about to confess to something. Victoria, I say carefully, what specific evidence do you have? Hospital blood tests. They found traces of... The line goes dead. Amanda smiles. Victoria's losing her grip on reality, Greg, just like Nicole did. Just like Nicole did? Mental illness runs in families sometimes. I stare at Amanda. Are you saying Nicole is mentally ill? I'm saying Nicole requires careful management of her psychological state. By whom? By people who understand her condition. People like you? I have a master's degree in psychology, Greg. I know how to help people like Nicole. People like Nicole? Vulnerable, suggestible, easily overwhelmed by complex decisions. So you made the decisions for her? We guided her toward better choices. Choices like signing over her financial authority? Choices like accepting help when she needed it. I looked directly at Jason. Son, do you hear yourself right now? Dad, I hear a man who abandoned his family trying to judge people who stayed and cleaned up the mess. What mess? The mess you left when you chose money over family. Jason's voice is rising now, all pretense of calm gone. I chose to provide for my family. You chose to hide in the desert rather than deal with your responsibilities. My responsibilities? Mom's drinking, Nicole's mental health, the fact that your precious daughter was completely falling apart and you weren't here to see it. So you decided to fix her by making her your slave? We decided to give her structure. Structure that involves uniforms and calling you sir? Amanda steps forward. Greg, Nicole needed to learn appropriate boundaries. Appropriate boundaries? Between family members who contribute to the household and family members who require care. Nicole owns the house. Nicole owns a house she can't maintain, can't afford, and doesn't deserve. The words hang in the air like a confession. Doesn't deserve? Amanda realizes what she's just said, but it's too late. Nicole has never earned anything in her life, Greg. College tuition? You paid. The house down payment? You paid. Her living expenses? You paid. She's 34 years old and has never held a real job. She was a full-time student. She was a professional dependent. Through my earpiece. Perfect. Keep going. So you decided to... What? Teach her a lesson? Jason explodes. We decided to teach her reality. And then he says the words that will destroy him. Nicole knew exactly what was happening. She agreed to everything because she finally understood that Mom was dying and someone needed to inherit what was left. The room goes silent. What did you just say? I ask. Jason realizes his mistake immediately. I meant when Mom eventually... No, you said Mom was dying. Present tense. Amanda grabs Jason's arm, but he's too panicked to stop talking. Dad, Mom's been sick for months. Really sick. The doctors think it could be cancer. What doctors? The specialists at St. David's. What specialists? The ones treating her gastric condition. Jason, Brad, and Victoria have food poisoning symptoms, not cancer symptoms. Amanda's face has gone completely white. Through my earpiece, he's lying. Push harder. Jason, what did you mean about Nicole needing to inherit what was left? Nothing. I meant nothing. You meant something specific. My phone buzzes. Text message from Nicole. Dad, Amanda poisoned Mom's food. I have proof. Help me. I show them the message. Amanda lunges for my phone again, but I pull it away. Where is Nicole right now? Upstairs resting. I'm going upstairs. No, you're not. Amanda blocks the stairway, but she's lost all pretense of authority. She's just desperate now. Amanda, move. Nicole doesn't want to see you. Then I'll hear that from Nicole. I push past Amanda and climb the stairs. Behind me, I hear Jason on the phone. Yeah, we have a problem. He knows. The master bedroom door is locked. Nicole, it's Dad. I can't open the door, her voice calls back. It's locked from the outside. Locked from the outside. I check the door handle. There's a padlock mechanism that definitely wasn't there when I bought the house. Stand back from the door, honey. I kick the door hard. It splinters but holds. Second kick, and it flies open. Nicole is sitting on the floor, still wearing that uniform, with a laptop open in front of her. Dad, thank God, look. She turns the laptop screen toward me. Bank records, medical files, email chains between Amanda and someone named Dr. Martinez. But Dr. Martinez's email signature shows a different address than the one on the psychological evaluation. Nicole, how long have you been locked in here? Since yesterday morning, when they found out the bank accounts were frozen. How are you sending text messages? Amanda took my phone, but she forgot about the laptop's cellular connection. I scanned through the email chains. Amanda's been coordinating with someone to forge medical evaluations, backdating psychological assessments, even discussing insurance opportunities. Nicole, are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm okay. But Dad, Mom isn't. What do you mean? Amanda's been bringing Mom food for months. Special soups, homemade bread. Mom gets sicker every time Amanda visits. How do you know this? Because Amanda made me help prepare the food. She told me it was special medication mixed in to help Mom's anxiety. But Dad, I looked up the ingredients. Nicole shows me another screen. Research results for the symptoms of chronic arsenic poisoning. Gastric distress, nausea, fatigue, confusion. Nicole, how long have you known? I started suspecting 2 months ago. That's when I contacted the police. You contacted the police? Dad, I'm not a victim. I'm Detective Nicole Mitchell, Austin PD Financial Crimes Division. I've been working undercover for 6 months. I stare at my daughter. You're a police officer? I graduated from the police academy 3 years ago, been working financial crimes for 18 months. She reaches into her dresser and pulls out a badge. When Jason and Amanda started their scheme, my captain assigned me to go undercover as the target. The uniform is part of the cover. Dad, we've been building a case against them for months. We just needed them to confess to the poisoning. And they just did. Everything's been recorded. Nicole touches her collar. She's wearing the same type of recording device I am. But Nicole, you called me Mr. Mitchell. You acted like you didn't recognize me. Because they were watching. Dad, if they knew I was a cop, they would have killed me immediately. Footsteps on the stairs. Jason and Amanda are coming up. Nicole, we need to get you out of here. No, Dad, we need to finish this. She clips the badge to her uniform. Amanda Peterson, you're under arrest. 6 months later, I'm standing in a conference room at the Austin Community Foundation with Nicole, who's back in civilian clothes and looking like my brilliant daughter again. The Second Chances Austin nonprofit is officially launched, she says, handing me incorporation papers. First case comes in Monday. What kind of case? Family financial abuse? 70-year-old man whose nephew has been systematically draining his accounts while convincing him he's developing dementia. It's the same pattern. There are more Amanda Petersons out there than anyone wants to admit. How's Victoria? Clean bill of health. Took 4 months to get all the arsenic out of her system, but she's fully recovered. She and Brad are moving to Oregon next month. And Jason? Nicole's expression hardens. 15 years federal prison. Amanda got 25. Do you think he'll serve the full sentence? I think he'll serve every day he deserves. We walk out to the parking lot together. Nicole's driving her own car now, a practical Honda, paid for with her detective salary. Dad, can I ask you something? Anything. Do you regret staying away so long? I think about it. 15 years in the desert, building platforms for oil companies, sending money home and calling it love. I regret not knowing who you'd become. I regret missing the chance to watch you turn into someone I'm proud of. You're proud of me? Nicole, you spent 6 months living as a target to protect other vulnerable people. You endured psychological abuse to build a case against financial predators. You're the strongest person I know. She smiles. I learned it from you. No, you didn't. You learned it in spite of me. Dad, the money you sent. It's what paid for police academy. What gave me the freedom to choose a career that mattered instead of just one that paid well? We stand in the parking lot for a moment, watching Austin traffic move around us. What's next for you? She asks. I'm staying. Austin's home now. Really? Really? Someone needs to help run Second Chances Austin, and someone needs to make sure you eat meals that don't come from vending machines. Nicole laughs. That's very parental of you. I'm still learning how to be your father. Well, you've got time to figure it out. I watch my daughter drive away, then check my phone. 5 messages from people who saw our story on the local news. 5 families who think someone might be taking advantage of someone they love. Tomorrow, we start helping them figure out the truth. If you're in Austin and know someone who needs help with family financial abuse, comment Second Chances. Sometimes the only way forward is through truth.